was in my way, and I could have fit more actually. Hi Beans! Today we're going to Niagara Falls Comic Con. It's Thursday, so we're gonna go over there to set up, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's a 3-day con. We will be behind the booth. We did drop off the dogs yesterday, so we've already done a lot of driving, and it's gonna take us about 2 hours to get there, and since I slept at like 6 a.m., I desperately need coffee and pastries to keep me going. We're gonna leave in about like 15 minutes, but I'm away from the house with all of our stuff in the back. It's future Azuki because we only had an hour left for setup. Turns out a lot of people actually set up the first day, so we could have come in the morning. Anyway, we peeled off this miracle with shaky hands. Immediately after, we parked a bit further away because we're not paying all that. Then we found our way to our hotel. There it is, Niagara Falls! Good morning, it's the first day of Niagara Falls Comic Con. We left and we got some breakfast to start out, so I'm not ready. We're going to go in like 2 hours. I didn't realize it, but this whole time, it's a convention center. It's like a 2-minute walk. So we're just waiting in the hotel because literally, like, what are we gonna do? We have 3 minutes until opening, but they changed some stuff. We got a little stand for our catalogs, even though this catalog is kind of not the greatest yet, but for now, it's doing its job. And we changed our gacha into little mystery packs. Honestly, next time I feel like I'm gonna do white bags because these are a little bit too much for my display. We ended up buying more pegboards, so now it's like a flat display. In the future, we do plan on having more enamel pins, so it'll fill out, and then maybe we'll have to get even more pegboards. And overall, the display is shorter, so now you can see me when I sit down. It's great. Oh, and also the signs are now made out of printable magnets, so they're a little bit sturdy and they're laminated, so we don't have the same issue I had in the rain last time. But another thing that we changed because of the rain is I got a new container for the 11x14 prints. It's zippable. It's a little bit pricier, and it says kids arts on it, but it is a lot better than what we had before. Haha, we got our first sale. To be honest, everybody thinks this is a cat. This little sign over here. And you know what? If you think it's a cat, it's a cat. You know, it's based on the most cat-like dog that we have, so. Okay, we're 2 hours in and Nori has left, so it's just me on my own. This event is going on until 8 p.m. today, so I expect it to be kind of slow. We've got one sale so far, which is really nice. But for the meantime, I think until it picks up in the afternoon, or it is afternoon, until the late afternoon, closer to the evening, I think it'll be pretty slow. It's time for the 4 o'clock check-in. It did actually pick up just a little bit. In fact, I'm surprised that the keychains are selling more at this event. The stickers that usually sell have been selling just the same. But let me show you my setup for it. We organized the pins and brought pretty much like extras of everything, so we don't have the same problem as last time. And I labeled everything so it's easy to find if I do need to restock. This is kind of like low effort, but I guess we're recycling the cardboard. Finally, these are organized and they're upright, so it's really easy for me to find. This time I don't have to do a display. It is self-serve, but you can see the melon soda keychains used to be here and they're pretty much gone after this. These are the last of the melon soda keychains. I'm glad that people are enjoying them here. Okay, it's 5 o'clock and this is how well we're doing so far. And Nori came by so I could actually finally eat something. And now I'm alone again. But right after I said that we pretty much haven't been selling prints, we sold like 3 prints back to back. So that's a surprise, but no large prints, which isn't really a surprise. It's like the higher ticket item, and also it's kind of annoying to carry around, except on the last day I feel like people will be willing to buy it. Let's test this theory, I guess. Not a surprise though. Stickers, I feel like stickers usually make majority of the sales. But this was really weird, where a lot of keychains are selling this time, maybe because we changed our display. Now that it's a little quiet, I can actually talk to you, Beans. In the beginning of the day, I actually got chosen to half with another artist for Montreal Comic Con, which was the one con that I really wanted to go to because Neil Newbon is showing up. Yeah, so I did actually go meet Neil and get my print signed, but I was hopelessly nervous, so forgive me for not recording a vlog for my first super big event. So I started the day on a really high note. My partner Nori is saying that actually we're doing pretty well for day one. I don't know if I believe that, but fingers crossed that Saturday and Sunday do really well. So it's worth it because it was a 2-hour drive to get here. And it was a nightmare to pack for it. Can I be honest, Beans? Wow, I look haggard. I look tired. Can I be honest, Beans? I'm super awkward today. Somebody came by and I said, "Have a nice night," and it was like 2 p.m. So even talking on camera is really awkward, but I'm doing my best. Basically, at all of these events, when I'm not talking on camera, I'm probably working on something. For example, this one here ended up turning into Shadowheart, which is going to be a card for a stamp rally for Kitchener-Waterloo Comic Con. Let me show you while it's kind of quiet all the things that I can't work on. For example, I started drawing Nyx and then I didn't end up finishing it. Started drawing Sokka because so many people requested it at these events. This is another one that was highly requested. We got Yusuke, Ryuji, and Haru. I did it at my previous event that was super dead. I was hoping at this event I wouldn't draw as much, but such is life. We are being productive while it's dead. It is 7 o'clock. We've got 1 hour left, and I'm not gonna lie, it's hella dead. I am desperately trying not to fall asleep, but I ran out of commission work to do. So I called Nori back just so he can help me stay awake for the last hour because I'm so hopelessly bored. Hi, it's day 2. I got to walk around finally and look at the other artists. Some actually have packed up and left, but I did run into a mutual, one artist that I've tabled with before, and they said that they've done this event before, and Friday is usually slow, and Saturday, Sunday is a lot busier because of the celebrity guests, so here's hoping. There is a crazy line outside, so maybe we'll make some moolah. This is what it looks like, day 2. Actually, this con was interesting because they supplied their own tablecloth, and then they have the curtain in the back, and the booths are quite separated in comparison to any other con that I've done. So it's a little bit more spacious, and I could have fit more, actually. Right as I wanted to record this update, people approached the booth, but it's slowed down a little bit. So far, we are doing better than we did on day 1. It's only noon, and I think we're matching the same amount that we did. Today is going from 9:30 a.m. until 8 p.m. though, so there's plenty of time to make up for like the booth cost. Sunday is shorter though, so we're definitely gonna have to compare Saturday and Sunday. Okie dokie, different angle this time. It's about 5 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock, and I'm definitely running out of steam on day 2. But we are selling things that I didn't expect to sell, like some keychains are almost completely gone. This Zelda print sold more than it's ever sold before, which is surprising to me. We also sold one of these ones up here, the Brazil prints, and I had some Brazilian people pass by pointing out Hatsune Miku Brasileiro and didn't say anything, which was really funny. I mean, they didn't actually buy it. The Brazilian people didn't buy it, but people who recognize Brazilian Miku are a big fan of it. I actually got a few compliments on this one, and I only put it on display because of FIFA, to be honest. So the fact that people who are not Brazilian are grabbing it is super funny to me, but I'm happy all the same. I'm glad that people think I did a good job. We have 1 hour left, and Beans, it is so dead. I am ready to lie down and go to sleep and do it all over again tomorrow. Ew. Cookie number. Ooh. But it does look like it was most busy between actually in the morning and right before 3 p.m. and tomorrow it's 9:30 to 4, so here's hoping that it will be the same tomorrow so that we make the same amount tomorrow? That'd be really sick.
Let's go gambling!
We were already dead tired because it's day 2, but I still dragged Nori to see the falls because it feels like a crime not to. But also, I wanted to show them to you, Beans. I pretty much never get IHOP, but for our last day, how can I resist pancakes? Look, there's the view again! Heyo, it's day 3, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super dead. I'm very glad that it is a shorter day. It's been an hour, and we've successfully made it through the first hour with making no sales, which is not really a surprise. I feel like people sleep in on Sundays, and like every con, I'm hoping that on Sunday, at the very last minute, people with the 3-day passes will decide to come back and buy what they saw on Friday, Saturday. I'm just like really over it and I really want to go sleep. I stand corrected. Before the hour was up, people actually came by and bought prints and keychains, a significant amount, and I feel like I'm the designated vampire art dealer because the first 2 to sell were my original vampire print and also the Astarion print, naturally. Astarion is really popular, and so is Princess Peach at this specific event, which is great, because clearly they're the 2 fandoms that I draw the most. It was pretty empty near the end, so I got to go shopping for some gifts for my friends watching my dog. We successfully packed up, but I miscalculated how far the parking garage was. I must have waited out in the sun for about 20 minutes, and I started overhearing people whispering, "Oh my gosh, she's still here?" So if they ever find this video, well, now you know what happened. Hi, Hazuki here. Seems like I died and resurrected because that's the last of the footage. To be honest, my June was jam-packed with events every single weekend, along with commissions, so this is filmed way late. But since I come from the future, I actually can compare my best and worst Comic-Con to Niagara Falls Comic-Con. The first event I had following Niagara Falls Comic-Con was actually Kitchener-Waterloo Comic-Con, but it was only 2 days, so to keep it fair, I'll just be comparing the Saturdays. Starting with my worst, KW Comic-Con, I made only $271 on Saturday. The table itself was $250, so I was a little bit peeved, and it's safe to say I will not be returning. Now my best was Montreal Comic-Con, where I made $710 on my best day. In fact, it's my best event to date, ever. So to all the people who said I would do well at conventions, I guess you were right. Niagara Falls Comic-Con falls right in the middle at $492. If you're not a con goer or a con artist, you might not know what cons are popular or big. Like when I started, Toronto Game Expo was huge to me, and now I'm not returning to it. It's not really that deep if you're just an attendee, but if you're an artist applying for the first time, if artists get into an event easily, that's probably a sign that other artists already know it's not worth it. If artists are vying for a spot, that's a sign that the artists know that it's profitable. I think Montreal Comic-Con has a pretty good reputation. It's considered pretty big since it's in a major Canadian city. Niagara Falls is kind of far away from the main cities and is mainly popular for tourism, which also means it's crazy expensive because of tourist tax. The only way I could return to Niagara Falls Comic-Con is if I was willing to drive 2 hours to and from every day of the weekend because the hotel and food costs are just so high. Montreal Comic-Con, for example, can also have really high costs because of the hotel, because I'm based in Ontario, but at least the income can cover it. I would say con season for artists is from May to August, and June is already such a busy month, non-stop with cons. As you can see, I went to one every single weekend, so I'm on the fence about returning, and maybe I'll pick something that fits a little bit better, but I still had a really fun time visiting Niagara Falls again, and I'm glad I got to show it to all of you beans, especially if you've never been to Canada or America. Next time I travel for a con, I hope to be brave enough to bring you along. Montreal Comic Con was a little bit too scary, but maybe I'll go to America next, the UK. Anyway, thank you so very much for watching. Until my next video, bye bye!